Every time I think I'm out, Bijan Robinson pulls me back in. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. I don't know. At this point, I feel like Bijan Robinson to the Philadelphia Eagles could just be destiny. It could just be destiny because every time I try to move away from it, forget about it, let it go, it just keeps coming back up. I can't get away from it. Why even try? I had no intentions of doing this video, but after what Bijan Robinson just said, I have no choice. Now, before we get into it, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, the most throttled Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And if you've been subscribed for a while, thank you for all the support you give to me. It truly means a lot. And a reminder, we will be streaming the draft, live, starting Thursday, every hour, every minute, every second, all 3 days of the draft. It is going to be absolutely 100% fantastic. Who knows what could happen? But all I can say is this. I swear, I have tried, in recent weeks, I have tried to move past talking about Bijan Robinson. I've tried my best to not, but it just doesn't end. It's just like every time I think I'm out, it pulls me back in. And I feel like at this point, maybe it's just destiny. I mean, nobody really can tell me one bad reason on why the Eagles should draft Bijan Robinson. The only argument you get is, well, you don't take a running back in the first round. You don't take a running back to the That's it. That's the only argument. Other than that, people pretty much agree. Bijan Robinson on the Philadelphia Eagles would be absolutely scary. They would be scary. And there's just no doubt about it. And now you have a situation where you have a talented running back, okay? And how talented is Bijan Robinson? I don't like using the word generational. You don't really hear me say that. I won't say that because to me, I think a generational player as a once in every 10 to 15 years type player. Is he that? Time will tell. I do think he is the best running back to come out since Saquon Barkley. That I believe. Okay, so I would say since Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey. I mean, it's been a while, and now you got a situation where this kid, Bijan Robinson, wants to come to Philly. He wants to come. He wants to play with Jalen Hurts. Get this, all right? So Bijan Robinson was on NFL Live, right? And they asked him, they were talking to him and they were interviewing him. Here's what Dov Kleeman said. Bijan Robinson was asked on NFL Live which quarterback he would like to play with most. His response, Jalen Hurts. He said his meeting with the Pound Eagles went absolutely awesome. So Dan Orlovsky was asking him, which quarterback would you like to play? He was like, and you can't say Patrick Mahomes, right? And he said Jalen Hurts. Without hesitation, he said Jalen Hurts. Now, has Bijan Robinson spent any time talking to Jalen Hurts? Do they know each other? They both have the same agent. There's no question about it. But Bijan Robinson, he's wanting to come to Philly. Why not? He probably is Rookie of the Year if he comes to Philly. The Eagles probably go back to the Super Bowl, probably win the Super Bowl with Bijan Robinson. The offense has no weaknesses. It just seems like this is lining up to be destiny. I know that's crazy, but there's just too many good reasons, too many things that work out perfectly. He goes and the Eagles are one of the only teams that he visits. The Eagles, they need another running back. Bijan Robinson, Jalen Hurts, same agent. It just seems like the Eagles are the perfect fit. And will they get him? I don't know. I really don't know, but it just seems like This is the perfect place for Bijan Robinson. And DraftKings Sportsbook, they updated their odds on where Bijan Robinson's going to land. The Eagles were ranked 4th. That is no longer the case. They have Falcons are favored to draft standout running back at plus 200. Eagles are next plus 300, and they have the best fit for the workhorse. And that's subjective, I guess. But they have the Eagles as plus 300. The Eagles were the 4th ranked team. Now they're the 2nd. And yes, I think the Eagles are absolutely the perfect team for Bijan Robinson. And will it happen? I have no idea. But I think it should. I think Bijan Robinson would be the perfect fit for the Philadelphia Eagles. And if Jalen Carter isn't the guy and they can't trade up to get him, then I think I don't know what we're doing here. I think people make this thing too complicated. You take the best player available. Bijan Robinson is one of the best players in this draft. If he's a top 5 prospect, and there are no other prospects that are in the top 4, and let's say he's the 5th best prospect, if he's on the board when you pick, you take him. It's not difficult. We're making this thing way too difficult. Just take the best player available, which is going to be Bijan Robinson, unless Jalen Carter, Will Anderson there, But you know what? We're going to see. Other people, they would like the Eagles to take back in the mid-rounds. Other people would like the Eagles to trade for back. Listen, I love Derrick Henry. If the Eagles got Derrick Henry, I would have no problem with it. But I still would prefer to get a young running back in here for the next 5 years, okay? Listen, and maybe the Eagles do trade for a running back. I don't know. I've got another video coming out later with a hypothetical trade for a running back that is actually an interesting trade that we're going to talk about. But at the end of the day, I think we make this thing too difficult. I think it becomes too complicated. I think the best way to go about this draft is to go in and do best player available. Just be true to your board, follow your board, and get the best guy. And if Bijan Robinson is the 3rd guy and he's the highest guy on your board when you're up to draft, then you take him. If he's not, then you take the person that's ahead of him. If the Eagles be true to their board, then you know what? I think they're going to be fine. But when I got to tell you, when I hear guys talk about taking Nolan Smith at 10, taking this other guy at 10, you're talking about then drafting specifically based upon what you think the Eagles need and what's more important team-wise, instead of taking the best player available. If you remember in history, especially with Howie Roseman, when Howie Roseman has gotten in trouble in drafts, and when he's messed up in drafts by his own admission, it's because he has chose to go positional need instead of talent on the board. This has gotten Howie Roseman in trouble before. It's not that Howie is always picking the most talented player. It's that he has been picking position over talent. And the last few years, I think he's gotten away from that. He has gone talent. When you look at him taking Devontae Smith, that was the best player that they had on their board at the time. Now, I don't think the Eagles realized, that Parsons could be such a good pass rusher. However, the Eagles took Devontae Smith. It was a great pick. He was the best talent that they had ranked on their board, and it worked out for them. I think last year with Jordan Davis, what they did, they took the best player on their board. I think it's going to work out for them. If the Eagles stick with that, they'll be fine. But when they start thinking about, we're got to take this position and we need a defensive end really bad in the future, so let's draft a defensive end, or we need a safety here, so let's draft a safety. And you're taking needs over talent, you're going to fail. It's going to come back and haunt you. So if Bijan Robinson legitimately is the best player on the board when the Eagles draft, why would you not take him? It just doesn't make sense to me. And I don't think Howie Roseman's going to do it. I don't think Howie Roseman gives two craps about whether Bijan Robinson is a running back or not. I don't think so. I think that's a media narrative. I think they like to push it in because it does, pause by the way, Eagles. But I think they like to push that narrative because the Eagles haven't taken a running back in so long. They haven't. But people argue that the Eagles are going to take a safety in the first round. Eagles have never taken a safety in the first round. Eagles are going to take a corner in the first round. Eagles haven't taken a corner since Lito Shepherd. There's a lot of other positions besides just a running back that the Eagles haven't taken. So I don't want to hear that. Take the best player on your draft board. And if that's Bijan Robinson, then let's bring him to Philly. The guy wants to be there, and I want him there. With that said, take care. Talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat. I gotta go watch this highlight over and over again. Link is in the description for it, by the way. Peace. Hey, I'm feeling fired up. I'm ready for this draft. I'm ready to go. I gotta tell you, I got my draft 5 hat. I got my old Matt Corral jersey that was good luck last year. It's gonna be on. The hat's gonna be on. We are gonna get this thing going. Don't forget, we're gonna be live. And let's go and bring this man home. He wants to be in Philly. Let's bring him to Philly. Draft 5. Denzel Washington out.